Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bart coming at you again with another IDP primer for you for week 11. Some guys that you can grab on the cheap that may help you make that playoff push, get into the playoffs, or dominate the playoffs, all available on the waiver wire. Now, as far as offense goes, I've got one name and one name only. I lied. I've got three names, but a couple of them may not be on waivers. One guy that should be available on waivers, Kendrick Bourne, San Francisco 49ers. Dante Pettis continues to mess up his opportunity with the 49ers. So that's a guy, he got 2 touchdown passes last week. And honestly, Kendrick Bourne has been a pretty solid receiver for the Niners. He just can't seem to get cemented in their rotation heavily. He's kind of in and out, and they give other guys an opportunity, but Emmanuel Sanders is kind of on the mend right now. Dante Pettis is doing very little, so Kendrick Bourne is a guy that I'm looking at on offense this week, along with J.D. McKissic, probably not available on waivers, but McKissic should get a lot of the work for the Lions. Paul Perkins is kind of a backup for the Lions, might be a guy that could emerge if he shows well on limited carries in week 11. Maybe he gets an extended look for week 12. But let's dive right into what this mini show is all about. It's IDP all day long, IDP. So we're going to start out with the defensive ends / defensive tackles. Not a lot of them this week, but there's a few guys that I'm looking at. One being a guy I have mentioned on past primers, Derek Wolfe of the Denver Broncos. 3 out of 4 games, he has put up double-digit points. He's kind of hitting a stride right now. So if you need a defensive tackle or defensive end in your IDP Dynasty leagues, Derek Wolfe looks like a guy that could produce for the rest of the season, and he could help bring a couple wins home for you. I don't know about a championship. He's not exactly a game winner kind of player, but he's a good piece to throw into your starting lineup for the coming weeks. Other guys at the position, Max Crosby and Benson Mayowa of the Oakland Raiders. They had a great defensive showing last week. Max Crosby looks like he is starting to get comfortable in that Oakland Raiders defense, and he had a great game. Also rookie, so he has taxi squad eligibility as well. He looked great last week. The numbers may not be fantastic, but the pressures were. And where pressures come, usually numbers follow. Benson Mayowa, same team, Raiders. He's a guy that I picked up weeks ago that was looking pretty good for the Raiders, but nicky-knack injuries have kind of made him miss a game and underperform a little here and there. Looks like he's back to full strength and producing again. So Benson Mayowa, another guy that I like on the defensive line position to pick up for next to nothing. He's still not being picked up in any leagues that I'm in, so he's a for sure grab if you need a guy. Let's move on to defensive backs. Got quite a few names here, one of which is Marcus Peters. Ever since Marcus Peters was traded to the Ravens, looks like he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. He has produced double digits in his last 3 games, and he's had an interception in a couple of those games. Also a interception return touchdown. This guy could be a sneaky game winner for you because he's putting up some massive upper teen point games right now. So Marcus Peters, definitely my top grab at the defensive back position. I've picked him up everywhere available, and I'm hoping that he keeps playing at an elite level for that Ravens defense. Tavon Wilson, he's had 3 great weeks in a row for the Detroit Lions, who are hurting a little bit at safety. They picked up Quandre Diggs recently. No, they sold Quandre Diggs. It's cold in the studio. It's got me, I've got brain freeze. So Tavon Wilson, he's a guy that has been looking pretty good. I think you could plug and play him as a starter on defense in your leagues. Joe Hayden, Pittsburgh Steelers. All season, he's actually produced fairly decently. So he's one of those guys as a DB3. If your league plays 3 defensive backs, he's a very solid DB3 to grab for absolutely nothing right now. Levi Wallace, Buffalo Bills, undrafted kid. He's been putting up some pretty solid numbers. And again, we've got another undrafted guy that is producing for our fantasy teams. Levi Wallace, not a bad pickup if the first 2 are not available. And Richard Sherman, old guy, Richard Sherman, 49ers. That defense is playing well. Richard Sherman is playing well. The reason I have him at the back end of this defensive back list is he has put up an egg over the past 5 or 6 weeks. And anytime I see someone put up an egg, it is worrisome, but Cooper Kupp did the same thing last week, and we're still going to start him in week 11. So Richard Sherman, another guy, bottom of the barrel. If all the guys mentioned before him are gone, I think Richard Sherman is a fine play as a DB3. Let's move on to our pickup of the week at the most important position in IDP Dynasty Leagues. I can't believe that my league mates let me grab him this week. Hopefully he's still available in your leagues. I'd say he might be because I got him everywhere, so not many people were looking at him. Nick Kwiatkowski. We have talked about this guy for the past year or so on the show when available. When I say when available, they haven't quite given him the opportunity to run with a job in Chicago, but Danny Trevathan, really nasty arm injury. It looks like Kwiatkowski's going to start for the rest of the season, and let me tell you, this dude could be a league winner for you. If you already have a good team, but you were lacking at linebacker, Nick Kwiatkowski put up a massive game, 21 points in our league of record. Massive game. All this guy does is make plays. He's a tackler. He makes plays. I'm not sure why he hasn't gotten the full-time opportunity. It must be because of Roquan Smith and Danny Trevathan playing solid. But if the Bears are wealthy at a position, it is that inside linebacker position. Nick Kwiatkowski, do not hesitate. This guy is a starter. Pick him up. Don't bench him. If you play 3 linebackers and you need that third guy to be elite, Kwiatkowski can be elite. He can absolutely be elite for the rest of the season. This kid can play. He's my pickup of the week. Bar none, spend your football dollars, even if you have almost none left. Spend them, leave yourself an emergency dollar for the playoffs, and enjoy great production from Nick Kwiatkowski. Couple other guys at the linebacker position that I'm looking at. Not excited. Kwiatkowski's the most exciting guy available. But Sean Lee has been producing fairly well over the past 4 weeks. He's put up 6, 11, 17, and 4.5. That's pretty good. A guy that you can get double digits out of unexpectedly, that you can grab off the waiver wires. Not a bad pickup at all. He, to me, is more of a bye week fill-in this week. So if you need a guy and it's the bye week for your starter and Kwiatkowski's gone, Sean Lee, not so bad. David Mayo is a decent pickup. He is on bye for week 11, but he's a sneaky guy you can grab for $1 if you've got injuries or if you need a guy coming up after week 11. David Mayo has been fairly decent, averaging 7.7 over the last 5 weeks per game. Brandon Copeland, New York Jets, last 4 weeks, 8 points, just about 9, almost 16, and almost 8. That's solid production. They're hurting at linebacker. A lot of their guys are on injured reserve or out. C.J. Mosley, Blake Cashman, those guys don't know when they're coming back. Cashman's out for the season, but C.J. Mosley doesn't look like he's going to play much the rest of the year. So Brandon Copeland is a guy that is worth picking up, throwing into the lineup, and hoping for that 8 to 10 point outburst. Same team, James Burgess, New York Jets. He has put up 5, 9, and 10 in the last 3 weeks. He's kind of on the rise. Not an exciting pickup, but a guy that you can grab and insert into lineups if some of the aforementioned guys are gone. But again, Nick Kwiatkowski, I cannot stress enough how important Nick Kwiatkowski could be to your IDP Dynasty League team this week and beyond. Nick Kwiatkowski, I'm telling you, great pickup for the rest of the season. You're basically going to get, I'm going out on a limb here, you're getting a top 15 linebacker rest of season from here on out for next to nothing. I grabbed him in every single league available except maybe SleeperBot because I have a hard time paying attention to SleeperBot. I've got, my preferred is my fantasy league. That's where I enjoy my leagues the most. But Kwiatkowski, go grab him. I'm sick of saying his name. He's worth grabbing. Let me know if you got him. Hit me up on Twitter at BarkBackRow. Hit us up on the Back Row Fantasy Show at the Back Row Show. Let's talk about Nick Kwiatkowski. Is he the missing piece that you have been needing in your IDP league? Let me know. Hopefully, this does not backfire, but this is one of those take it to the bark bank type of plays. I think Kwiatkowski is going to be fantastic. And that's going to do it. It's a 10-minute quick-hitting IDP primer every week, except for last week. I apologize. A lot of things going on in the back row. So go out, grab some of these guys if you're hurting, and let me know how it works out for you in Week 11. As always, we will see you on Friday night, the live stream starting between 9:30 and 9:45. We invite you to come watch on YouTube and Twitch and interact, ask questions, or just make fun of us. We don't care. We're fine with it. So again, Back Row Show, Friday night streaming. The episode will drop late Friday or early Saturday morning for Week 11. Good luck, everyone. Playoff time is coming. 3 weeks left in most leagues. Kwiatkowski, I'm in the wild card spot right now, and I am hoping Kwiatkowski is that little piece that pushes me over the edge to get in the playoffs and then dominate. I know it's crazy to say a linebacker is what I'm counting on, but my team is good from top to bottom. My bye weeks are over. I've been hurting at the third linebacker position most of the season. Kwiatkowski, get it done for me. How many times can I say Kwiatkowski? Mike Kwiatkowski. It's actually Nick Kwiatkowski there, Monsters, Inc. Go grab him. Thanks for listening yet again. We'll see you guys Friday night. Peace out.